Alright guys, so we are back with another what sold from last week video. I'm going to be sharing with you my sales from this past Sunday through this most recent Saturday, doing a breakdown of my numbers, telling you all the platforms that I sold on and giving you a gross sales amount as well as a cost of goods breakdown. Within this video, I'll also show you some highlighted sales of some of my best finds, how much they sold for, and some things that you could look out for in your local area. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm an online reseller. I find used clothing at thrift stores and I flip them online for a profit. My channel is about teaching other people to resell and make money online. All the links that I mentioned in the video are down below in the description. You can click on the link tree down below and it will pop up my eBay and Poshmark closet if you're interested in viewing. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. You can also send me a message over on Instagram. If you like this reseller content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I make new videos. Let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, so all of my sales that I will be talking about today happened between October 18th through the 24th. That would be a Sunday through a Saturday. And I sold a total of 47 items for a gross sales total of $1,580 with an average sale price of a little over $33. My total cost of goods for everything that sold last week on all platforms, including my direct sales, was $255. On eBay, I sold 24 items. On Poshmark, I sold 18. I did have 5 other sales on other platforms. 3 were sales on Mercari, which I was pretty happy about, and then 2 were direct sales to my viewers. On eBay, I sold a gross sales amount of about $872 with an average sale price of $36. On Poshmark, I sold $497 with an average sale price of about $27. On all the other platforms combined, it was $211 with an average sale price of roughly $42. So we're going to jump in to some highlighted sales. I'm going to show you quite a few eBay and Poshmark sales, and then at the end I also wanted to show you those 3 items that sold on Mercari. So the first item I wanted to show you on eBay was this Polo Ralph Lauren men's blue wool full zip field jacket. So Ralph Lauren and all of the lines under Ralph Lauren, like Lauren Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren, Polo jeans, they all seem to do pretty well for me when they are in substantial pieces like this one. So this was Polo by Ralph Lauren. It was a men's jacket, which is a substantial piece made out of wool, which is a great material. And so all those factors combined, I knew this was going to be a good piece. So this one I had listed for $75 and it did sell at full price. This was an interesting sale. So I had these sitting around and just got them listed and they sold within a couple hours of me listing them. Could I have gotten more for the item? I probably could have gotten $5 to $10 more, but I was really happy with the quick flip and I think I priced pretty near market. So these are a pair of Haan in the line 0 Grand, which I highly recommend you pick up. These 0 Grands are a dressier but more comfortable type of shoe. These were like very lightweight. So if you come across them, just know they're not going to feel very heavy, even though they do look like a heavier shoe. Haan in general is a pretty decent brand to pick up, but I know in particular the 0 Grands are what people are after right now. So I had these listed for $39.99 and they did sell at full price. As I say in all my videos, if you're interested whether I'm charging shipping or not, because it does vary, you can always look right here on the screen for my eBay listings. In this case, I did charge shipping. Next are these pair of Coach boots. I found these at a thrift store and I was really surprised that nobody had picked them up. They needed a little bit of cleaning on the white edges of the shoe. I did my best to clean them up. As you can see, there is still a little bit of marking, but overall they were in pretty decent condition. The inside, I believe, had the style name of the boot. Let me see here. Yep, see that Dorian? So I actually, before I decided to pick them up, did a quick eBay comp search for Coach Dorian boots, and I saw that they were doing pretty well. And in particular, the pink boots, I think, were a little bit more rare than some of the other colors. So I have these listed for $39.99, and they did sell at full price. This is a coat I've been sitting on for a little while, but I originally picked it up because it was 100% camel hair, and camel hair does very well for me. You always have to check it over, make sure there aren't moth holes or the beginning of some holes. So I did have to take extra care and look into that. This brand is called Larry Levine, which I find that this brand does make some more high quality items. In particular, I think that you really want to not focus on brand, but rather the fact that an item is pure camel hair, and make sure to put that in your title. So in this case, I just picked up for color, condition, and material. I have this listed for $55, and it did end up selling at full price. These are a pair of Nike shoes that you can probably tell from the picture I've had for a little while because I no longer take pictures with this white fuzzy rug. These are just a pair of men's Nike Air Max 90s. They were in pretty good condition. I like the colorway. And I had these listed kind of high at $49.99. A buyer sent me a message told me basically that he lived in the same state as me, and if I'd be willing to drive and meet him and not charge him shipping, he would just pay me cash. I didn't feel comfortable doing that because you just never know if somebody's actually going to show up, and the place we were going to meet was about 40 minutes away from me. So I just offered to discount the item for him and send an offer for $8 off, which is about how much it would cost me to ship the item to him, and he accepted. So I had these listed for $49.99, and I ended up sending him an offer for $37. Full disclosure, the buyer, I think, is going to try and return these. He said they didn't fit exactly how they wanted, but I haven't seen a return yet, so you may see these pop up again. This is a sweater by the brand Missoni, which can be a good brand to pick up. They do retail for quite a bit, but the resale value is good, but the sell-through rate is not there, if that makes sense. So I originally picked this up because this was like the typical Missoni look of a sweater, kind of one of their more classic pieces, and I thought it would do well. And this one did end up selling at full price for $39.99. However, I have been sitting on this for a little bit. This is a New Tags Zara item. This I picked up just because I thought it was very interesting. I had to do a style name search to figure out exactly how this was supposed to be styled on someone, because when I got it on the hanger, it was just a bunch of material flying everywhere, and I didn't know how it was supposed to be styled. So I made sure to do that before I left the thrift store to make sure everything was in order. I heard Zara Woman is a higher in line within Zara, so you can typically ask for more money when it is Zara Woman. And here is the art number, which is the style number that I looked up to figure this out. So I have this listed for $28.99, and I ended up sending out offers for $26.09, which somebody accepted. This is a pair of silver jeans. I've been talking about these a lot, but I basically now pick up every pair of silver jeans as long as they are in decent condition, regardless of size and regardless of style, because they are selling for me. So this one I have listed at $38.39, and I sent out offers. It ended up selling for $34.55, and these were a more plain jean. If they had some more embellishment, I probably could have asked for more. But these were the Suki mid slim boots. They did have the thick stitching, but the back pockets were not as bedazzled as some of the other jeans that I've sold in this brand were, but nonetheless, they still sold very, very quickly. I've got a couple Under Armour pieces that sold this week. I don't know why this brand was so hot this week, but I'm happy that some things are selling. So this one was a men's funnel neck hoodie, and it just had a camo print. And I always make sure that there's a pretty obvious logo somewhere on. So between the print, the logo, and the fact that it was men's, I knew it should sell pretty quickly. So I have this one listed for $24.49. I sent out offers to watchers and it ended up selling for $22.04. I think this was actually an international sale through the eBay standard international shipping. This is a Torrid women's denim jacket. Every Torrid women's denim jacket that I have picked up has sold relatively quickly, so this one was no different. Here is the brand label if you're curious. This was a plus size piece, which always helps to sell it, especially in this brand because that's what they are known for. So this one I had listed at $29.99 and it did sell at full price. Here's that Henry Bendel sweater that I wasn't sure if it was going to sell for tons of money or if it was just going to be a $25 flip. I knew that it would at least sell for $25 because it was made out of merino wool and it was in pretty decent condition. So the style of this was very, very basic and kind of an older cut, but it was by Henry Bendel, which is a designer brand and can sell for a lot of money. After doing comps, it did not seem like I would be able to ask a ton for this, so I listed it at $29.99 with free shipping. It ended up selling on an offer that I sent out for 10% off for $26.99. Maybe I could have asked more, but I'm happy with the click flip. So I was interested to know that shorts are still selling. So this is a pair of Levi's shorty shorts. This was picked up back towards the end of summer. I like picking up Levi's jeans and American Eagle jeans, and I usually flip them for $25 with free shipping. Sometimes a little more if they're a larger size or if they have a unique design. These ones were pretty generic, and I had them listed at $24.49 with free shipping. They sold on an offer for $22.04. And the buyer actually did end up paying shipping for this because they sold on, again, that eBay standard shipping. So they actually did pay shipping. This is a JCrew women's merino wool sweater. I picked it up because it was made of merino wool and because it had cheers. This seemed kind of like maybe something that could be worn during the holidays, or maybe a bride could wear it on a photo shoot or during a bridal shower. I don't know. I was thinking of many different things this could be used for. Had a little spot. I definitely don't pick up every JCrew. I try to be pretty specific in comps. So I was able to look up JCrew cheer sweaters and it did pull up for me. So I knew that this would be a good flip. Had this listed for $28.99 and it did sell at full price. This is a skirt by Willow Clay, not a brand I'm very familiar with, but I got it because it was new with tags. And I picked this up a while ago, so this was before Q4, but I just wanted to point out that during Q4, you might consider picking up things that are new with tags, even if they're not brands that you would normally get, because people are shopping for gifts and a lot of people still don't want to buy pre-owned. So if they're shopping for only new with tags items and they filter that way, it's always good to have a couple new with tags items, even if it's not something you would normally pick up. Here is another summer item. So I'm again surprised that stuff like this is still selling. So this is an American Eagle romper, and it was just a really cute cutout romper with some rainbow stripes. Just a bread and butter piece. I had this listed for $24.99 with free shipping because when I got this listed, we were moving into colder weather and I figured it would sit if I did not price it at that. And I sent out offers to watchers. It sold for $22.49. Here's another Torrid piece. I absolutely love this top. I thought it was so on trend for fall. So this is like a peplum plaid top in a forest green color, plus size 1. Had this listed for $33.31, sent out offers to watchers, and it did sell for $29.98. I have had some luck with Nike, which you'll see when we get to Mercari sales, but this Nike windbreaker sold on eBay. I picked it up because it was a very unique vintagey windbreaker.
This item had some different colored stripes. You can see it had the obvious branding logo here, but I don't know if you can tell on the logo there is a little bit of wear, so I made sure to disclose that. And there was also some light staining on the white stripe as well as on the cuffs of the sleeve. I did wash this jacket, but it didn't come out, but this did end up selling quickly at my full asking price of $34.99.
Here's another Under Armour piece. This is a men's black zip jacket. Nothing too special. Okay, and moving on over to Poshmark. This was probably my favorite sale of the week. I've been really loving picking up vintage wedding dresses and learning about them, learning the style, and learning with the help of the dating Facebook group that I'm in that dates antique and vintage, with the help of them, figuring out how old the pieces are. And I've really been loving learning some of the keywords that they've been teaching me about vintage pieces. So whenever I see vintage wedding dresses, I am considering picking up basically all of them because they're doing very, very well for me. If you've been watching some of my other What Sold videos, you will see some of the great wedding dresses that I've been selling. So this one I picked up a little while back. This is by Jessica McClintock, which is a great vintage brand to look out for. A lot of her stuff does very well, not just in wedding dresses. So I really like the look of this one. It had this very interesting elastic part of the sleeve that came up and just kind of peekabooed. And I wanted to highlight that in the cover photo. So I actually made a collage of the full dress and then that detail because I thought that would help to sell the dress. You can see I had a lot of attention. I ended up settling with a buyer at $75. So I'm happy with a quick flip, but definitely keep your eye out for vintage wedding dresses. And in particular, this brand is a piece in vintage you want to look out for. This is just a pair of men's Helix jeans. This brand's kind of up there like BKE is for me on men's jeans, and I can usually get $30 to $35 for these. These were the black label. They had some interesting pocket details, and I did put the back of these as my cover photo because I thought that these pockets would help to sell it. So these ended up selling for $35. Here's another Under Armour piece. This is a men's gray fleece lined sweatpant. Nothing too special here, just some gray sweatpants, obvious branding, and fleece lined. So these sold for $26. This is a vintage sweater, and I have been sitting on this for a little while, but I am happy that I picked it up because I thought it was really cool. So this is made out of Shetland wool, and it had these cute little contrast elbow patches and contrast pockets. I thought this was adorable. I honestly thought that this would end up selling on Depop, but it ended up selling on Poshmark for $30. Here's another new with tags item. This was from Stitch Fix, so I actually had the style name here, which was really nice. If it wasn't new with tags, I probably wouldn't have picked up this brand, but again, during this time of the year, this stuff can sell, so throughout the year, I try to keep an eye out for new with tags items. This one sold for $25. This is a bread and butter brand for me. It is J. Jill, and this is a line from J. Jill called Pure Jill. The Pure Jill line typically has some better materials, and this one had Pima cotton in it. So it was just a gray sweatshirt with pockets, and it sold for $25. This is a lavender scoop neck Madewell top. Nothing too special, but I did like the color. These usually sell $20, sometimes $18. I think because I found out the style name, I got a little bit more at $22. And I did have 2 bundles on Poshmark this week, so I wanted to show you those. I'm not going to click into each item, but I will tell you what they are. So in this bundle, I sold 3 items for a total of $105, which made each piece $35. So she got a really fantastic deal. She got an Athleta wool tunic sweater, an Eddie Bauer vintage goose down parka jacket, and a Madewell women's turtleneck sweater, all for $105. I'm usually way more willing to drop my average sale price when somebody is picking up multiple items in a bundle, so we went back and forth and I settled at $105, which is an excellent deal. This is another bundle that sold, so I sold 2 pieces for $45, which made each piece $22.50. So these are actually 2 home items. They were 2 wooden blocks. They said yes and no, and they were actually, I later on found out from the bottom of the item that they were pieces of a board game. And I marketed them as chore blocks for laundry or for decor because I figured somebody could use them in that way. And then I also, put in the description that they were originally for the board game. And so somebody did end up buying them. I don't know if they bought them for the board game or if they bought them for home decor, but I'm guessing they bought them for home decor because they also purchased this mosaic glass vintage mirrored vase, which I thought was pretty cool. I think it's really awesome that you can sell home items on Poshmark now, and so that is a market I'm trying to tap into a little bit better. Moving on to Mercari. So these next 2 items I sold within probably minutes of listing them, which tells me that maybe I could have gotten more, but I'm happy with the quick flip. And it also tells me that Nike does very, very well on Mercari. So I actually started cross-posting all of my Nike pieces over. I'm not done yet. I actually haven't been posting a lot on Mercari, but since these few sales, I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on that a little bit more, especially in Nike pieces. So this was a Nike vintage sweatshirt. It had like the micro logo here. There we go. I can show you better this way. Had the micro logo, micro meaning it was just really tiny. It was in a pretty baby blue color. Really cool. Had a tiny bit of pilling in some areas, but was in very, very good condition. So this one sold for $40 with free shipping, and this did go first class. And again, this one also sold within minutes of me listing. Mercari is kind of like eBay where you can set up saved searches, which I personally do. So when somebody lists something within someone else's search, they immediately get notified. So I'm guessing that a lot of people have vintage women's Nike sweatshirts saved on Mercari. So if you've got any of those, you might want to get them cross-posted over onto Mercari. So this was another kind of like micro logo sweatshirt. I thought it was really cool. And this one sold for $45 with free shipping. And again, it did go at first class. On Mercari, I also sold this pair of True Religion Carry Titan flare jeans. So I actually paid up for these jeans. I paid $20 for these at a thrift store, but I paid up for them because they were new with tags, had all the style information, had a really large retail price, and it was like a super flared leg, which I know is really popular right now. So I did take a chance on these, especially buying them at $20, but I figured that I could flip them for a lot more than that. And so when I got them, because I wanted to get my investment back quickly, I quickly cross-posted them from eBay to Mercari and to Poshmark, and these sold very, very quickly on Mercari, and we settled at $76. So I made roughly a $50 profit before fees.
Alright guys, so that is the end of what sold from last week. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Drop a comment down below and let me know how your sales are going for you. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will probably see you sometime towards the end of next week. Again, I'm going to be doing that giveaway, so make sure that you are subscribed so that you will be notified when that video goes live. I will make sure to put giveaway in the title. That way you know that's the one to look out for on how to enter. I will see you later on this week.